Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here. I have a channel update and a life update video for you today. So, the life updates, let's get those out of the way. Obviously, the background has changed. I'm back living on Long Island. I moved back in with my dad. My girlfriend and I unfortunately split up. It's all good though. Therapy has been very helpful for that. She's doing great as well. So, I'm back here, live with my dad. But my childhood bedroom, I say childhood, I moved out at 27, full disclosure, pretty late. It's not uncommon for Long Island, though, to be fair. But my bedroom has been converted to his office, or really like document storage, honestly, for his business. There's a fax machine right over here. I'm not kidding you. And then my bed is just documents. My old dresser is documents and hats. And morbidly, this is Insure from when my mom had cancer, so that's still there. If anybody needs Insure, let me know. I'll probably give it to you. But I'm back here, so nothing will change on the channel really as a result of this. I've been here for about a week and a half, and probably nobody even noticed in terms of content quality or audio quality or anything. It's just that sometimes I appear on camera, and the background's going to be very different for a while until I figure out the next move, probably in like January, February. So that's the big thing, or one of the big things. The other big life thing is work. So I believe I mentioned this on Twitter when I got hired, but I'm a contractor for Riot Games. I work on their amateur and semi-pro League of Legends tournament circuits, if you will, doing operations and planning for that. More operations, less planning, more like, hey, we have a situation. What's your opinion? Stuff like that. My original last day was going to be October 8th. That's when my contract was going to expire. But they've offered me an extension, and I've accepted it. So I'm now working for them through April 1st, and I'll be doing something more. I don't think I can announce it yet, but it's just different projects, which I'm very, very excited for. Working for Riot has been very, very good. I work on a pretty small team, but we do really exciting things in the amateur scene. And that's what my passion is like amateur. If I'm passionate about esports, it's really just about amateur level esports, college specifically. So it's really like a niche interest for me that I get to work with, which is awesome. So I'll be there through April, but I'm remote. I live in New York. The company's in LA. I just work West Coast hours. So the other, I guess, life-ish update is, since I'm here on Long Island, I'm very close to a Dance Dance Revolution machine, which is awesome. I live about 15 minutes away from Round 1 in Hicksville. If you don't know what Round 1 is, it's a fantastic chain of arcades that specializes in games from Japan. And if you play DDR and you're free in the morning, let me know what day you want to go there if you're local to here, and I'll meet you. I go 2 to 3 mornings a week, or that's my plan at least. But they have 2 DDR A20 Plus machines and 1 DDR A20 Gold cabinet. And they're all hooked up to EMUs. They have 2DX. They have a bunch of rhythm games that I've never even heard of that are new in the past 10 years, I guess. But really cool place. They open at 10 a.m. and nobody's really ever there in the morning. So I kind of have the place to myself, which is great. But if you are interested in playing and you want some company, let me know. And if you're free in the morning, we'll go. So those are the big life updates. Now for the channel updates. We have to talk about this microphone. We've got to talk about Twitch, and we've got to talk about the next games coming up. So let's do that in reverse order. The next game coming up is Metroid Dread. I'm finishing videos for Kena Bridge of Spirits right now. Everything is recorded. The final video is rendering right now. Everything else is uploaded. YouTube this week has been very slow with render time or processing times, to the point where like some videos are taking over a day to process. I cannot control this. Part of the reason I apply for review codes and like kind of ask to get them earlier than some people is because creating guides and walkthroughs, I've got to play through the entire game 100% and then take notes and do everything. But also, like, YouTube's render times are so unpredictable. And if, like, my vision for my sort of self and channel is, like, I remember back in the day, my mom used to take me to Barnes & Noble, and she would look at books, novels and stuff. She read a lot of fiction. And she was really into murder fiction, like Stephen King and David Baldacci and stuff like that. Anyway, I would sneak over to like the strategy guide section for games, and I would just read strategy guides, and I loved it. Strategy guides were so cool. They don't really make them that much anymore. Future Press and Prima, I think, are the only two still around. Brady Games might still be around occasionally, but anyway, I really want to be a channel that evokes that sort of memory for people of strategy guides. So I always bought strategy guides with games. Electronics Boutique, and I guess now GameStop, I don't know if they still do this, but you used to be able to get like 20% off the guide for the game if you bought it with the game. And I would just buy guides and leave them sealed until I was done with the game and then open them up and look at them. Or sometimes I would just have guides for games I didn't even own just because the art was cool. But I really want this channel to be the companion piece for games that people buy. So if I'm able to apply for a review code and get a game a few days early, it allows me to do all that, prepare for content, have it release alongside the game. But YouTube render times kind of prevent that from happening, or processing times kind of prevent that from happening sometimes, and it's a little frustrating. But that's Kana. I originally started the sentence with this section with Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread is the next game I'll be covering on this channel. We'll definitely have boss guides. I say we, but it's just me. I'll have boss guides, probably secrets. It's a 2D Metroid, so I kind of have an idea of how it's going to work in terms of like where things are going to be hidden and how the game's going to flow. And I could just kind of guess how it's going to work, but we'll see. That's definitely the next game. I'm excited to play a Switch game, honestly. It's been a while since I played a Switch game. So that's the next game, Metroid Dread. Second thing I want to talk about is Twitch. I have ended my Twitch affiliateship. This isn't because of any big social reason. I know there was a Twitch boycott recently. I think it was well-deserved. I mean, these hate raids are, pardon language, fucking absurd, and these people need to just go away and get therapy. But I just stopped streaming, and I would feel terrible if somebody was, like, subbing to me on Twitch and I wasn't ever streaming, which a few people were. And it's like, I really appreciate the monetary support, but I'm not giving you anything for that money. If you want to do that, join as a channel member on YouTube. It's the same thing. But yeah, I just didn't want to have people paying for something they're not getting. So I ended my Twitch affiliateship, and I don't plan on streaming anytime soon. Nobody really watched my streams. There is one guy, John Aldridge. I think he still watches my videos. I think he might still be a YouTube member. But he was in every single stream chat. Very, very appreciative of that, John. Thank you if you're watching this. But nobody really watched. And it was kind of tough because, like, the way I play games when making content is different than how I would play games casually. I have to take a lot of notes. I have to repeat certain sections over and over, sometimes for hours, in order to record the right thing. You know, if a boss is going to use an ability, but only at 60% health, I've got to get him to 60% health and then just wait for him to do it. And that's not very entertaining. And sometimes I'm dying deliberately. It's just not entertaining to watch me record footage for guide creation. It's just different. So combine that with the fact that nobody watches, it's kind of pointless for me. It's hours that I could be spending making content for YouTube. So that's what I want to do. That said, if there are any like press conferences coming up, I will generally stream those as long as my work hours permit it. Lately, they've been in the middle of the day, like even Pacific time. They're at like 3 p.m. Pacific, and it's just like, who can do this? Unless you're a full-time content creator, which I'm not yet. But I'll still stream that sort of stuff, and I'll, post updates when that's going to happen. But Twitch is over. It would really only ever be on YouTube, those streams anyway. So welcome. This is the place. Okay, the final channel update is this microphone. All of the guides for Kana Bridge of Spirits have been recorded using this microphone. This is a Shure MV7 USB microphone. I want to give a really big thank you to everybody at Tenno Productions, which is a company that I've done work for several times in the past. If you watch Evo for Street Fighter or any fighting games, that's the production company behind Evo, and they do a ton of other stuff. That's just like the big, huge thing they do. But a lot of my colleagues and friends there recommended this microphone to me because I was getting ready to buy the Shure SM7B microphone, which is what you see on like podcasts. The Joe Rogan podcast uses it. If you watch that, that's the microphone they use. A lot of people use it. It's an excellent studio-grade microphone. It's like top of the line. But it is so expensive to set up because not only do you need this $400 microphone, you also need a mixer. You need an arm, which I bought anyway. You need a cloud lifter to give the sound a little bit of a lift. And like you need extra equipment just to use it. This you don't. You just buy the microphone and plug it in and it works. I bought this arm because it's nicer than the one I had. This is the Rode PSA-1, and it swivels and barely makes any noise, and it's wonderful. Yeah, so I want to give a really big thank you to everybody who watches my videos. These videos are monetized, and I do make a decent amount from that every month, basically a rent payment. And because of that, I was able to buy this microphone, and along with the donations people have made over the past several months. I was able to buy this microphone, buy this arm, and it's fantastic. The major reason I wanted this microphone specifically is because the full playthrough walkthrough videos that I do, I just record. They're Let's Play style, so I just press the button to record, and I play and talk. And I'll do that for like an hour at a time. And having to put that video into Adobe Premiere, edit it, clean up the background noise from the microphone track, it's time consuming. And I would love to not have to do that. I would love to just be able to hit record, play, talk, end recording, upload. That's what I can do now. So all of the full playthrough walkthrough parts for Kena Bridge of Spirits are recorded this way, with the exception of the very final part, because the final boss took me 90 minutes to kill. And I edited all that out. I didn't think anybody wanted 90 minutes of dying. But, yeah, now I can just do that. And it's awesome. And it sounds so good. I'm still learning the balance, or how to properly balance audio in AverMedia Rec Central, which is what I have to use to record in HDR. But, yeah, so it's been great. It has been a great upgrade, and I want to thank you guys and girls and people so much for supporting this channel, because without you, I would not have just dropped $350 on a microphone and an arm. But I think everything will just sound so much better from here on out, and I won't have to like yell into a microphone that's behind my monitor, hanging loose and like sagging. The Blue Yeti's a great microphone. That's what I was using, but it's so heavy that the arm I was using just like couldn't support it. It was a mess. But anybody starting out, Blue Yeti's a really good microphone. Anyway. So that's it for the update. I'm back on Long Island. I'm working for Riot through April. I'm not streaming on Twitch anymore, or streaming in general. Any streams will be on YouTube if they do happen. Metroid Dread is the next game, and this microphone is the Shure MV7 USB microphone, and it rocks. But that's it. That's the big update for this month. I'll try to do these once a month, I think. I enjoy doing these videos. They don't get a ton of views, but I don't mind. Yeah, okay. So, if you have any questions about Kena, check out the guides. Also, we finished the Dark Souls entire series walkthroughs. We finished those a few weeks ago. It's done. Demon Souls Remake, Dark Souls Remastered, Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, Dark Souls 3 plus DLC, and Bloodborne. 5 games, completely done, full walkthrough. Sekiro is the remaining game. I don't know if I'll get to that, being honest. Depends on what happens in like November, December, but that's a tough game. I love it. I've gotten the Platinum Trophy on it. I love that game, but I also covered it on this channel already, so I don't know if we'll do it. But that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for supporting. And I will see you soon with more Kena Bridge of Spirits guides and the Metroid Dread next month. Have a good one.